So here we are at last, the final issue of the Devourer King saga. We've seen some pretty interesting stuff along the way, like Loki's Castle Grayskull in the Jotun, electric bears, and of course, my boy, Thori, the reformed hellhound. I so love this dog. We've also seen Thor compromise his values for what he felt was the greater good. We've seen something so destructive that it takes down the DC universe and scares the hell out of Galactus. So let's see how this ends. Let's see what Thor does against these incalculable odds. Let's dig in, shall we? Herald of None. I like this title. I think it's interesting. And I'm pretty sure it just refers to Thor because, well, it's Thor. But it is also what Galactus wants you to believe, that he is nobody's herald. In fact, he is the one that makes heralds. Also, there could be the Black Winter to consider. I can't imagine him being the herald of anybody else. I mean, dude's pretty powerful. I'm not aware if there's a deeper meaning to this title, or if it's just kind of a badass title for Thor to have. But it's cool to think about. As far as the artwork goes, it's gorgeous, like all the others. I really love and kind of miss this particular look for the Thunder God. This combination of the power cosmic along with his normal power set just really makes him look dynamic and very cool. One detail I had never noticed before making this is Idrisil is on fire. That's weird. The Devourer King Part 6, Herald of None. Writer, Donny Cates. Artist, Nic Klein. First thing we see is the Silver Surfer strolling into Asgard's throne room. Oddly enough, we don't pick up where we left off with Thor and Galactus against the Black Winter, who also revealed that Galactus was his herald. Mind blower, by the way. But instead, we're in the throne room with the very uncosmic powered Allfather sitting in his throne beneath Idrisil. He's also knocking back quite a few beverages in the process. Surfer is basically asking Thor about the battle. He mentions that the galaxy could hear the reverberations of the battle, the thunder roaring through the vacuum. He also mentions an addition to the Bifrost, and we're going to find out about that later. Thor responds with, "It seemed fitting." So now we are kind of piecing it together that the battle is already concluded, and luckily Thor has come out on top, which is a good thing. But whatever happened has sent Thor into isolation, consuming generous amounts of boozahol. Surfer mentions that Thor hasn't talked to anyone about the battle, and it's been months now. He tries to assure Thor and tells him he knows what he's going through, because he too has been a herald. But Thor shuts the door on this immediately, but not in a jerky kind of way. He just tells him no one's ever seen anything like this, and it's his job to carry this, and carry it alone. Norrin says, "Heavy as the head," and Thor agrees. Of course, this is also alluding to the mystery of what's going on with Mjolnir. One last time, the Surfer tells him, "You really should talk about it, for your own good." Now we are where we left off, and needless to say, Galactus isn't happy about being called out as a herald. In fact, he calls the Black Winter a liar. But the Black Winter tells him he doesn't lie, and he made him a promise, much like the one that Galactus demands of his heralds. The Black Winter says he gave him unimaginable powers, and it surprises him to find him hanging out in this universe. He also calls the Marvel 616 universe doomed, but regardless, the Black Winter is here to collect. Galactus attempts to enlist Thor's help, but he's not having it, and blasts the holy hell out of the big G-Man. He tells him to stay down. Yeah, so Galactus is a little shocked that Thor would attack him, but instead of attacking him back, he pleads with him, and tells him that the two of them are the only thing standing against the Black Winter. Thor corrects him on this, and tells him that he is the only thing standing between the two of them, and him and Galactus, they definitely have a score to settle. So Galactus says, "Come at me, bro." Thor clues him in on the fact that he's allowed him to have this power, but no longer. He's facing the Odin's son, the Allfather, the ruler of the 10 realms, and of course the god of thunder and the storm. He also calls Galactus an errand boy. It's funny stuff. What Galactus didn't realize was during the shouting match, Thor's real move was to remove the supercharged power that Galactus held. He showed that he could do this a few issues back. Now we are seeing more of a desperate Galactus, which is a little weird, truth be told. He tries to plead with Thor, but Thor pretty much tells him if the Black Winter wants you so bad, then he will have you. Thor has gone full judge, jury, and executioner on Galactus as he fries him with his lightning. Now, he's not doing this out of rage, but out of a sense of justice for the planets that he has consumed, like Clips, Cryo, Earth, and apparently Asgard. I personally wasn't aware he had consumed Asgard at some point, but I'm not going to tell that to Thor at this moment. This is a gorgeous splash panel, and Thor is sentencing Galactus to death. We definitely see this as well. The Big G's armor is just peeling off him as Thor thrusts his hammer into Galactus' chest with the full combined power of this supercharged power cosmic, along with Thor's normal Allfather, God of Thunder power set. Have you ever seen Raiders of the Lost Ark? That scene when people's faces melt? If not, why? Okay, number one, that's a fantastic movie. Pause this, go watch that movie right now, and thank me later. It's good. Anyway, this panel reminds me of that scene. So it appears Galactus' last words are, "You have no idea what you've done." The Black Winter, who still looks like Thor at this point, is expressing gratitude to the Thunder God and tells him, "Move aside, and I'll take Galen and leave this universe to its own accord." We all know Thor is not going to let that happen. He tells the Black Winter he will take nothing. The Black Winter says, "Yeah, don't test me. I just want my Galen, and I'll be on my way, and that's it. And besides, what use does Galen have to you?" But Thor tells him that Galactus still serves a purpose, and still serves Thor. The Black Winter is thinking that he's talking about like a trophy for Galactus being a slave. Then Thor drops a bombshell, almost literally, that Galactus serves him as a bomb. There's no dialogue, but these panels have narration that explains that Galactus has the immeasurable amount of power cosmic inside of him. This is from hundreds and thousands and hundreds and thousands of the worlds that he's devoured. Now this power is being unleashed by Thor, a god made king. Now I like this because in the beginning of the series, Thor asked, "What is the use of a king to gods?" Now we're kind of getting an idea. He manages to unleash all this ungodly power. And oh yeah, boom! Thor has done it. It's only him and the remnants of Galactus' armor. And one single snowflake that was the Black Winter. Now Thor doesn't have the power cosmic anymore, but he keeps his regenerated arm and general youthful appearance that he got from Galactus. Now I'm not 100% sure of the Black Winter's motivation on this. If it's just kind of a F you, I'm going to get a little bit of revenge, or just kind of generally imparting knowledge to the Thunder God. But this little single black snowflake asks Thor if he still wants to see his true end, and tells him nothing can be done to stop it. This is happening. And Thor says yes. Now we see what the Silver Surfer was talking about. The helmet of Galactus is now part of the World Tree, and like the entrance of the Bifrost, and it looks odd. Norrin tells Thor that it does make him mournful that Galen's journey was similar to his. And this makes a lot of sense because if anybody knows Galactus, it would be the Silver Surfer. Arguably, I believe he's his first herald, so he probably knows him best in the universe. And he had no idea that they had this in common. And now knowing this kind of makes him sad, I guess. But Thor tells him, look, you know what? It's done. And it needed to be done. And we can't change it. Silver Surfer agrees. And he asks him, what did the Black Winter show him? Now we see why Thor has shut himself off from the rest of the kingdom. It looks like the Zombieverse, led by Thanos, who has all the Infinity Gems. I almost said stones because of the MCU, but I know in the comics they are gems. Once more, he has Mjolnir, and he's using it to harness the power of the gems. He also has this black armor thing that he wears on the left hand. I don't know what it is. So if anybody knows, please let me know. Of course I could Google it, but I just want to see if I can get a comment. Alright. I am really starting to think that Donny Cates drew some inspiration from Conan the Barbarian. This panel really reminds me of old King Conan. and I like it. Anyway, back to the story. In response to Norrin's question, Thor says he saw darkness and nothing more. Now this could be a lie on Thor's part, or it could be what he'll actually see when it's all over. Darkness and nothing more. We will find out someday. I hope. Yeah, so that's it. The first 6 episodes of the channel, plus the bonus on Beta Ray Bill. Again, I don't know which one I want to do next. I'm thinking maybe something from DC. But whatever it is, I like doing these. I hope you like watching it. If you can, give a like. Feel free to comment. I like those, unless it's like one of those spam things, then don't do it, because I will delete it and report you. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Fare thee well, my friends. Until next time, take care.